Impact is a lot.
Exactly. That impact lasts for so much longer, and that can last 20 years, 30 years into the future. So my legacy lives on beyond me. And I think that is something that as I go on through my career, I feel that is really where I find my niche.
And kind of like fulfill your calling.
Yeah, as a fireman.
I hear this like 100 times. This one needs to be edited out. Hello, welcome to another episode of Clinically Speaking podcast by Medical Channel Asia. So I'm Evelyn, I'm your host for today. I'm also a licensed pharmacist. We have Marie here.
Hello, I'm also Marie. I'm a licensed pharmacist. And today we have with us a very special guest, two guests in fact.
Yeah, so Dr. Benjamin and also Adeline. Maybe you guys can make a guess why they are both here. Yeah, so they are actually the healthcare couple. I would like introduce them this way. So maybe you can kind of like introduce yourself.
I'm Benjamin. I am a practicing doctor, and I'm Adeline's husband.
Yes, he's my husband, so I'm his wife. I'm Adeline. I'm a practicing physiotherapist.
So maybe Dr. Benjamin, you can tell us a bit of the story. How actually you decide to become a doctor? Is there any like stories related to that part of the journey?
So my path into medicine was very unconventional. It's not a traditional way of just JC going into medicine. My first degree was actually in fine arts at NTU. I majored in digital animation, and I had a short stint working in video game animation as well as special effects animation.
It's very different from...
It's a little bit different, but it is very visual. So towards the end of my period of time in NTU and in fine arts, I realized that my calling may not be exactly in arts. I found that arts was really something that fueled my passion, but there was something deeper.
It's more of like a hobby.
Yeah, it's almost like a hobby. I was hoping my hobby can feed me, but it turned out that way. But what I actually found was I had a deeper calling to do something to help people, and I found that during my undergrad degree, going around helping people in my CCAs or stuff that I did on the side other than schoolwork was what really brought me joy in my days in NTU. And from there, I wanted to be a fireman at that point.
Wow.
Yeah, but very different. Yeah, multiple interests. I wanted to be a fireman, and the deal with my parents was if I can get into medical school, I will not be a fireman. But if I could not get into medical school, I could go and be a fireman if I want, or an accountant, either or. So somehow I managed to clear the medical school entrance exams. I passed the interviews, and I ended up doing my postgrad medical school in Australia, Melbourne.
So how long was like the transition period, like in terms of study? How many years?
It's an additional 4 years of study. Wasn't too long. Time passes faster when you're a little bit older. Yeah, but it was 4 years. It was a great time. Learned a lot about medicine, first of all, and of course learning a lot about how to deal with people and speak with people and relate to people on a level that you only get to see as a healthcare practitioner, because you see people at their most vulnerable times. And I believe medicine is a lot more than just going in, cutting out something, or going in, throwing medicine at something and hope it works. Medicine is a lot about how we relate to other human beings. How do we address their fears, identify what is most important to them, and then creating a solution for them that fits them as a person rather than trying to treat an illness that they have.
So in other words, meaning like you are getting more and more firm about your decision to becoming a doctor when you were in uni, right, that time?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Getting more and more firm is like, luckily I met this.
Do you still want to be a fireman?
Yes.
Be prepared for the next career stage.
I think incidentally, a few years ago, I took on, I started volunteering with the SCDF as a volunteer firefighter. So it does take up quite a bit of time. So I am doing my firefighter dream while still being a doctor. So no career switch yet.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Next podcast, we'll talk about my career switch as fireman.
Yeah.
So I went through house officer, medical officer, but I am not a specialist, so I don't go through specialist training.
So called the doctoring.
Yeah, this is just a doctoring part lah. So I'm a resident physician. So my role is very much a little bit more niche in my department. I do aside from just doing regular doctoring stuff like running clinics, seeing patients in the wards. My job now is very much into management, quality, patient safety, and I feel that way it kind of expands my role as a doctor, because there was this senior doctor who once told me that as a doctor you treat 10 patients a day, you help 10 people a day. When you take on a role in education, you take on a role in management, in something that you can change the way we practice medicine, change the way that we treat patients as a system. How many patients can you help a day? And let's say I retire one day, I'm going to retire one day, I hope. I didn't. So I'm going to retire one day, and when I retire, does my legacy end there? Does my work end there? If I was just a doctor 9 to 5, I'm just treating patients, that ends with me. With the day that I put down my stethoscope, I put down the scalpel, that will be the day I will stop helping people. But if I continue on with education, changing systems within the hospital, changing the way that we ensure patient safety in the hospital.
Impact is a lot.
Exactly. That impact lasts for so much longer, and that can last 20 years, 30 years into the future. So my legacy lives on beyond me. And I think that is something that as I go on through my career, I feel that is really where I find my niche.
And kind of like fulfill your calling.
Yeah, as a fireman.
I hear this like 100 times. This one needs to be edited out. Okay.
Anytime suddenly you're just gonna...
Yeah, really unfair. Every time he said I help one people, one person help another. It's like a daily conversation.
Yeah.
In short, he's doing less clinical, more management.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Summarize.
Yeah, so maybe like, I myself, I'm very curious, but like, how did you guys meet each other?
Totally a vegan. Alright, we actually met each other on the ward. I was a baby doctor. She was a baby physio.
Just nice.
Just nice.
Very, very junior. I think just like maybe the first, second year into our work, they're also still trying to grasp with, getting the hang of working in the hospital.
Yeah.
So we met coincidentally.
Coincident.
And what is the award for?
Yes.
It's a very traditional way of seeing it. But time we were working.
Yeah, we were working.
Not working circumstance.
Not playing. We're focusing on patients. Patient care. We were. She was seeing some of my patients. At that time, I was just a house officer. And she came over and she scolded me, and that's it really. That's
it's very K-drama setting.
Yeah, it's very K-drama.
Each other. Still very contentious up to today.
She was
a gentle reminder for junior dog. It's like everything starts from a fight, right?
Yeah.
Then you guys hate each other, and then eventually it's just like I think blooming.
I don't think it stemmed from like hate. It stemmed from a place of fear.
You know back in the days where we are not that advanced in terms of technology, so case notes, patient case notes, the main system is still like right-hand notes, right? And then back in the days, everyone had a chop, so if you put in your entry, you have to put your chop in, right? Then we have to read instructions from the primary team, and then the writing was terrible. There's a given, and then so when the handwriting is terrible, you need to look at who's the one writing this so you can clarify. Oh goodness me! Even the chop got no ink. That's so terrible. So you have to like try to guessing what is this, what is that. Yeah. So I think maybe it came off as a scolding, as a gentle reminder.
That's a very firm
clarification.
Firm clarification.
Yeah. So that was probably first encounter. Very impressive encounter.
It was a very impressionable encounter. But then on, we ended up, when I changed my rotation, she was rotated to the same ward again.
That speaks. Really like K-drama.
Yeah. And I
hospital playlist.
Yeah. I mean, she watches the K-dramas I go. But it felt like a K-drama. I think we had the OG K-drama. At that time, don't have hospital dramas. Yeah, we had the OG one. They based off our story, actually. And I think when I was in a different ward, I think it was orthopedics at the time, she was hunched over these patient notes, and I was giving out chocolates to all the nurses because that's...
You mentioned.
You have to... We can cut this later, right? So I go around, usually I go and bribe all the nurses so they're nice to me. So I give her chocolates. And then I saw she's like working so hard. So I tried to give her a chocolate. I was like, would you like a chocolate? And she just ignored me, So I was like, hey, would you like a chocolate? And she was like, so she was taking a quick nap because she was concentrating so hard.
Thinking very hard about kids.
Yeah, so she was in this meditative mode. So I had to break her out of her meditation to give her a chocolate, and then from then on, no more animosity. And then it's a lot better after that. Yeah, and then one thing led to another. After they suddenly married.
Oh my god. It's like everything is like expedited.
Yeah, everything in between was a blur. Yeah, so I think we
After the chocolate get married.
it was the seal the deal already. Kinder Bueno, that's it. So anybody wondering, Kinder Bueno, that's the trick. Not sponsored.
That's very cute.
Yeah.
So you guys get married for like how many years?
So, trick question. How many years are you married?
Let me do some then. Get scolded when they go on very bad dates. 2.5 years. 2.5. So far you knew.
Yeah, I knew. I was just waiting.
How long have you dated for?
Almost 10 years.
Wow, thanks.
Oh my goodness. We've known each other for about 10 years.
About 10 years.
Yeah, dating maybe about 9. Yeah, altogether, including the married part. Yeah.
So Adeline, like in this 10 years, like you kind of like witnessed him like developing more and more new interests, right? So yes. So like, do you have like any other like interests aside from the firefighter kind of things like that you normally do?
Oh yeah. So I picked up dragon boating about 6 years ago. So that's something that I do on weekends. So I think that really sparked off a totally different line of passion for me going down this road of dragon boat and team sports.
Is Adeline also involved in a dragon boat? Super involved in dragon boat, just not the dragon boating itself. The supportive role. I'm a bit supporter, so whenever there are races, I go down, I bring down a chair.
Yeah.
So there's another paddler on the team. So usually when they have races, I will go. The other paddler's wife will go. So we form a team and then we bring our fur kids along. So our fur kids are all corgis.
Yeah, and they wear our team.
Oh yeah.
She made some bandanas for the corgi, so they all wear the little bandana with the logo on it.
Fur kids supporter. There's a motive behind. So when people see, this is a Trident doggy. So come and join Trident.
We've actually managed to attract a few new paddlers who really like the dog, so they join for the dog.
That's like a good advert actually.
Yeah, then after they join the team, they realize that there's actually no dogs during training.
Like scam.
Yeah, I got scammed, but then they got sucked in already. Pay the entry fee. That's it.
So you guys normally like do the dragon boating after work or like during the weekends? Like how do you, because as a doctor I believe and also as a physiotherapist it's like very, very, very healthcare work. Yeah. So how do you guys like actually manage the time? Do you have like a supportive community like?
So absolutely no time management at all. No. So I do dragon boating on weekends. I'm actually the captain of my dragon boat team now, so it does take out a little bit of time on the weekdays after work as well, engaging with my paddlers, getting them
Teach them.
Not so much teaching them,
ground training.
Yeah, we do land training. Exactly, we do land training together.
Training meaning like
we go on the runs or we go
hit the gym.
Hit the gym.
Thursday evenings.
Yeah, Thursday evenings we hit the gym. She knows very well because I'm not home. Yeah.
You have so much me time.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
She feels that she's got too much me time. So we do a lot of gym training. We do runs. We bond together outside of our weekend trainings. After that, we go and makan together. So it's something that we do on weekdays as well. Because now my work is a lot more management based, a lot more admin quality based. It's more of a Monday to Friday job. And with that, it gives me that ability to have a little bit of me time as well. And that time I do spend with my dragon boat team. My dragon boat team, we are very closely tied in with our community center. And so we do a lot of stuff for the community. We help out with our CC a lot. We participate in a lot of resident activities. We bring kids out to Coney Island and do walks and things like that. We do fun pedals for our residents. So I think it's a different dimension of helping people and engaging with people. And I think additionally, that's something that I want to impart to my paddlers, especially my younger paddlers who join us. I want them to know that Dragon Boat is not just coming in, getting muscles, very sinking, getting a tan. It can be so much more.
More of like a human interactions and then how you...
And this is really complementary with your whole calling to
exactly
fashion.
And I think that really helps because I find a lot of my younger paddlers now, they really feel feel that connection with the community. And when I ask for volunteers to help out in community events, straight away about 20 people putting up their hands and saying, I will be there, I will help you. Yeah, so it's great. And I think we're really making a big change, not just as dragon boaters, but also to our community, to communities that matter.
So your community normally kind of organize different events from time to time, right? Do you guys have any upcoming ones that you feel maybe can share with our audience?
Yeah.
Anyone interested about Dragon Boat, they can.
Yeah, absolutely. In September, we are going to be having a big dragon boat race called the Singapore Sea Regatta. And this is organized in collaboration with the Ministry of Health.
Oh, the yearly thing, right?
We're starting off with a yearly thing. So we're going to do this 5-year thing where every year we're going to put the spotlight onto a particular health condition. And with our very first year, 2024, we are going to put the spotlight on breast cancer awareness. Breast cancer awareness, it is one of the biggest cancers in Singapore. It affects so many people, and we want people to realize that it's not something that you worry about only when you're older, or it's something you worry about only if you are female. It can be something that strikes guys as well. It's something that can strike people of any age, and we want people to know that it's something that we need to be aware of. But more importantly, a diagnosis is not the full stop to your story.
There's always life after diagnosis.
There is a life after diagnosis, and it's something that you carry on after that. It's to put it very how we tie it into Dragon Boat. Dragon Boat really brings a lot of these patients out from this patient role, and where they feel that something terrible has happened to me. I need to close up and be in my shell. But you see that a lot of these one of the races in the Singapore Sea Regatta is actually our International Breast Cancer Survivors Challenge, and the international breast cancer survivors, actually they have teams around the world, and they will gather in different countries around the world every year to paddle together in a race. So there's actually a lot of these competitive paddlers who have gone through something as life-changing as breast cancer. And a lot of them, their main role is not only just paddling and keeping fit, but more importantly, to spread that message that breast cancer is not the end of your life.
It's quite an empowering thing to do, to be able to put together a team of all these people who have been through so much, and then to show that they can actually do something physical and something so...
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, previously when I was in medical school, we were taught that after you have surgery for breast cancer, don't use that arm. Just keep that arm still. Don't raise that arm. You're going to get lymphedema, that arm is going to swell. You're going to have a tough time. But I mean, these ladies have proven that,
you can still be active.
You can still be so active. And it's not just like brisk walking, or something like that, or like hiking and seeing butterflies. It's something as strenuous as Dragon Boat. It's really pushing that limit there. And I think put very nicely by the chairperson of the International Breast Cancer Paddling Committee. She said, the doctors saved my life, but Dragon Boat saved my soul.
Oh,
and yeah, it's really something where, sometimes as doctors ourselves, we take for granted that there is another dimension to our patients.
So quality is still what they feel after the diagnosis and treatment.
Correct. It's not just discharging from the hospital. After they discharge from hospital, they have to discharge back to life. And what is that additional step that brings them there? Sometimes it can be sport. Sometimes it's community. Sometimes it's a mix of.
Yeah, Dragon Boat really brings that two together, because you have a team building. A team sport.
Yeah, exactly. And when these ladies are in a boat with other people who have gone through that same life experience, you can relate to one another. You can really share those life experiences, and you can say that, I know what you've been through.
Like a deeper bonding.
Exactly.
It's really great.
My team, I paddle with Team Trident. Team Trident works really closely with our paddlers in the Pink in Singapore. We paddle with them overseas in Hong Kong. We've paddled with them for Austrian, which is a 5-kilometer race. And I think sometimes paddling with them, you'll realize that they are so mentally strong. And for example, for a 5-kilometer race, that's half an hour on the water, just non-stop the paddling. And sometimes it's these breast cancer ladies in the boat, telling my young guys who are already going to Fintan already, going to tow already. Then these ladies are telling them, don't give up, young man, don't give up. So then you'll be like, oh no, I cannot give up now. I say, I cannot throw this. Yeah, but you really feel that rush when these ladies are telling you, don't give up, just a little bit more, and you feel that, what have they gone through? What am I going through? What I'm going through now is nothing, so I can do this.
They kind of like inspire you like regularly as well.
Exactly. They are really very inspirational. They are so determined, and they have such a strong passion for life. It's very, very touching.
That's also the message that you kind of like want to bring out to all the audiences, the public, people who are keen to like attend the events, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was wondering, Adeline, are you involved in all the planning and everything? Because it sounds like it's a very intensive thing, and then you have been like his supporters for all the Dragon Boat training. So I think it started off as a very conversational kind of idea where him and Joel, another peddler who's also a doctor, they were just saying that, why don't we do like a fundraising kind of a small Dragon Boat event? Small event. So I was like, yeah, sounds good, right? And then I got scammed. Yes. And I think it is surprising how things turn out because word spread, and then we do have a lot of supporters from other teams, and then we're like, this is a good idea, and then a lot of ideas started swarming in. Why don't we involve MOH and the different PHIs, and then before we realize it's getting very, very big. yeah. So then, of course, and then the planning that comes with it, of course, there's a lot of things to be done. So at this juncture, as a good wife, I felt, okay, I think, I need to step very serious. I need to step in and, control help him get some control. Yeah, so that was how I was actually roped in. But I think, in short, I think breast cancer is something that's also quite special to us. I think, you want to share about it?
So, breast cancer, I'm not a breast cancer specialist, but breast cancer is something that is very close to me personally. There is a lot of breast cancer and cancer in general in my family. I've seen how it can really affect one person's life. It can really affect a trajectory of not only the life of the patient, but also their entire family around that. So I think this is something that I feel really strongly about. So for the first edition for the Singapore Sea Regatta, it being breast cancer awareness, it being something that we can do in partnership with our paddlers in the pink, I think on a personal level, it hits in all the right spots, and it's something
like very meaningful, especially like to your family. And
yeah, exactly. It's very personal, it's very meaningful, and it sends a really powerful message.
Yeah, so this sounds like a lot of fun with a lot of different paddlers, and you're planning to invite people from overseas as well, right?
Yes.
Is it just purely dragon boating? Is there any other things like you're thinking if the public wants to be involved, how can they be part of this? How can they participate?
Yeah. We do, so aside from dragon boating is really just the exciting part of it. We do have international teams coming down. We have international breast cancer teams coming down. We do have international teams from Taiwan, China, Hong Kong, Philippines, Malaysia coming down as well to paddle. But aside from that, we do have this really exciting health festival that's going on the side. And the health festival is meant to not only engage people, but also educate.
Like kind of deliver a message.
Yeah, exactly. So Adeline can share more about what we have.
She been the one helping to organize.
She is the boss of the festival.
So thanks, it's not just about Dragon Boat. So concurrently, there's two very exciting things happening. You have the ongoing regatta where we get our international paddlers, local paddlers, even a lot of paddlers from the public health institutions coming to paddle. And then concurrently, there's this festivals coming up. So we have a stage, we have activities, we have paddle talks. We also have booths where we have HPB, Active SG, a lot of organizations coming in. They also want to spread and do their part for the breast cancer awareness. So Saturday is on breast cancer awareness. And then Sunday, we want to make it something that's more relatable to the general public. So we are focusing on active aging.
So it's a 2-day event.
It is a 2-day event with focuses on each of the separate days. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's like Dragon Boat, then some active aging stuff, and also breast cancer awareness. There's a lot of things happening. So we do need all the help that we can get. Shout out to everyone. Yes, correct.
We do have other stations happening as well. We do have very strong support from SATA. So SATA does do mammograms. A lot of people think SATA is just TB and things like that. Actually, SATA does mammograms as well. They are loaning us their mammogram bus. So we'll be doing on-site mammograms for free for eligible folks.
We call it a memo bus, right?
Yeah, it's a mammo bus, correct. So we do have a mammo bus to do mammograms on-site for folks who haven't done a mammogram in the last couple of years. We also have the Milo van.
Yeah, that's a childhood pleaser. Milo van is going to be next to the mammogram bar so you can queue up, drink Milo. Strategic location.
Yeah, strategically located. We also do have a few more interesting things, like we do have a DIY booth for kids to go and do a little bit of a pink ribbon kind of thing. We also have a photo exhibition from Philippines coming down to show the life journey of breast cancer survivors as well. So quite a few things going.
Yeah, and then I think in terms of stage activities, there's quite a few things lined up as well. We do have the different talents from the hospitals coming in, like performance. Yes, performance. So we do have breakdancing. Not the healthcare professionals, they are like so talented. So it showcases that healthcare professionals, they do have a life of hospital. I think we want to showcase Ellie doing Dragon Boating.
Yeah.
And then we also have this team from hospitals coming in to play this box instrument.
The Sing Health Kion?
Kion, that pronounce it correctly.
Singapore Sing Health Kion group. They are doing a performance as well.
We have a doctor coming in to play saxophone. Yeah. And then what else do we have? We have I mentioned
Philharmonic.
Yeah, kids coming in to perform in a Philharmonics orchestra. Yeah, correct. So a lot of things to look out for. So do join us if you are free.
Yeah, maybe you want to say the specific dates, and then we can put it.
Yeah.
Oh yes, definitely.
So it's going to be on the 14th and 15th of September at the Water Sports Centre at Singapore Sports Hub. So the nearest MRT station is Stadium. There's a lot of parking there, so don't worry. Also, there's EV charging in the Kallang Wave Mall. There's a lot of makan inside Kallang Wave Mall, everything.
Yeah.
So it's a very easily accessible place. So we are expecting quite a lot of foot traffic. We do have goodie bags for the first X number of people who come. So first come, first serve. On the first day, we are also welcoming our guest of honor, Minister for Health, Mr. Ong Ye Kam, who will be coming down, and he's not only going to be flagging off the Pink Paddlers race, he's also going to be paddling in one of the races. Yeah, so
Against the rest of the
against the rest of the healthcare workers. Healthcare workers. I have been told that we don't need to let him win, so it's going to be a proper race. It's going to be a proper competition. But I think it's really a show of solidarity with our patients, our breast cancer teams pedaling to show that there is so much more to life than just a diagnosis, and our healthcare teams pedaling as well. A lot of these healthcare teams are from National Cancer Centre. We've got NHG, we've got NUH. I mean, they're all pedaling to show solidarity with our patients and their families, to show that we are all in the same boat, running towards the same goal in the same race. So that is the real gist and the message that we're trying to drive behind that race. And Minister leading the way in one of the races really shows the ministry's commitment to that as well.
to supporting this kind of like event, and then it feels like everyone comes on board to support
absolutely.
the messages.
Absolutely.
That's really meaningful. Yeah, so if anyone's free on a particular weekend, do come down. I'm pretty sure there's something for everyone out there. It's free entrance and it's definitely free.
Absolutely free. It's free entry for anybody who wants to come in. Milo also free. There's a whole bunch of freebies going on. Come on down, check out the different booths. Show your support. Listen to some of the panel talks. The panel talks are really very casual, very chill. If you have any questions, there's going to be doctors, therapists, nurses there. Any questions, just anybody questions, just ask.
It's a good place to talk and ask doctors questions, because you don't usually get that.
Exactly. I mean, most of the time you have to make an appointment, then you have to wait 3 months, see the doctor. The doctor only got 10 minutes, but now it's like a very nice, chill environment. Ask questions that you always wanted to ask, not just about breast cancer, also about active aging, which is Ministry of Health's 2023 action plan. How do we're an aging society, but we don't have to be we can still be an active aging society. How do we keep seniors really healthy, really active throughout all of their days?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I was thinking whether we should be mentioning the $1 for each pull-up.
Oh.
Yeah, and then getting people to come in and
Yes, correct. So we are doing like a separate kind of fundraising thing along the side. We do have a fundraising thing on the side. We have a donor who has pledged $1 for every pull-up done over the weekend. So there will be a pull-up bar there. We are hoping to raise at least $10,000 for the Breast Cancer Foundation.
I think you can do.
I'm not going to do 10,000 by myself.
it's starting to start practicing pull-ups at home now.
Yeah, correct. But even if you go there, you do one, you know that you have contributed one.
Can consider or not?
Can I
hang a bit.
You jump, I also count. Bishop carry you, I also count. So,
Assisted pull-up.
assisted pull-up, I also count. 50 cents. So it's $1 per pull-up. We do have a very generous donor who is already pledged at the minimum of $10,000, a base of $10,000 for $1 for every pull-up done. So you can just pop by, you do 2 pull-up, 3 pull-up, jump, do 1 pull-up.
Just show your support.
Yes, yeah.
Everything counts.
Every pull-up counts, every dollar counts, and all of these go directly to Breast Cancer Foundation.
One thing to look out for is we have this team called Team Strong Silver. So they're this active group of elderlies above 65, and they are really, really strong and fit. In other words, have you watched Physical 100?
I have a little bit.
Okay, so basically they're like damn fit. They may be a bit older, but their fitness level is like 20 plus years old, or maybe surpassing some of the 20 plus years old. So they'll be coming onto the stage, performing some really, really high intensity kind of workout. Yes. Wow. And showcasing that, even if you age, but it doesn't mean that your fitness should go down. In fact, you should be working out even more diligently at your age. Yeah. So that's something to look at.
Really, uncles with abs. Yeah, uncles with abs. Collectively, I think collectively they have more abs than all the Dragon Ballers.
We can do a comparison.
Yeah, compare. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so they are the epitome of really active aging.
Yeah,
and they go around. Their message is really to show people that age is just a number. I'm 79 years old. I've got 79 abs.
Yeah, and also Medical Channel Asia is going to be the official media partner for this event, the SSR 2024 event. So stay tuned for our post-event highlight. You may see yourself inside the reels.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, both of you, Dr. Benjamin and also Adeline, for coming on to our session today. I think we've learned a lot about SSR and also about your story. Yeah, the story is also really interesting because I think many times, sometimes we don't know whether healthcare is a thing, our thing, and it doesn't matter whether if you've chosen a different career path. I think sometimes even down the road, if you think that healthcare is a passion for you, it's still not too late to go and pursue.
Or you can become a fireman. Anytime.
All right, so that wraps up this episode of Kinky Speaking Podcast. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.